What is fucking going on? I just returned from Bulgaria, Bosnia, you know, one of those places. And I'm super excited because this topic is one I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time, share my knowledge on, because it's something I do have knowledge on, and not just pulling shit out of my ass off the internet and then, you know, synthesizing a video for you guys. So, I'm talking to you right now, the viewer. For some reason, all other gyms in your area have been fucking eradicated. They just got like Thanos snapped away for some reason. Don't ask me. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger. And the only gym left is a Planet Fitness. Fucking today's your lucky day, I guess, because you just found the practical guide to Planet Fitness for hypertrophy enjoyers. I myself have been going to a Planet Fitness exclusively for the past 1.5 years around. And in my time there, I have gathered some experience as to what works, what doesn't, what you should avoid, and why they're actually turbo chads. Because they kicked out known bald 5'10" influencer Bradley Martin. Disclaimer: if you can, if all the other gyms in your area haven't been Thanos snapped away and you can go to one of them, please fucking go to one of them. This is for one reason that you will see coming up. You can still make a lot more progress than you think, and that is why you're watching this video. I'm hoping. Now, the only downside of going to Planet Fitness, believe it or not, because all the things of their advertisements are gay and stupid. You know, they have purple machines, all that, whatever. It's like, that doesn't really matter. That's outside of your control. That doesn't affect you. And believe it or not, no one's gonna yell at you for fucking being a lunk. breaking the dress code. There are no barbells at the Planet Fitness. Unfortunate. This means you will not be able to horsecock weight around. Just at all. Because it doesn't count as horsing weight around if you're doing it on a Smith machine. I'm sorry to say. I love the Smith machine. It's pretty much all I've been stuck with. So it's more like Stockholm Syndrome than love. But, yeah, it doesn't really count. And I used to be one of those people who are like, well, actually, it's the same amount of weight, so... And then I tried an actual barbell, and I got stapled by something that I would have done easily on the Smith machine. And pretty much all the major compound movements feel a lot different. Not a lot different, but different enough to where it's not the same thing as a regular barbell. The reason I think you should switch gyms, if you have the option to, even though I'm about to list a bunch of upsides, is because the fact that they don't have a barbell is so fucking bad that I think it outweighs all the upsides that may come with the Planet Fitness. So, as my epic Hungarian grammar indicates, so go to a place that has a barbell ku lamau. I meant to say lamau, but I just said lamay. I'm still a bit jet lagged, it's fine. Here are the many advantages of going to a Planet Fitness. I know, hold your horses, I don't know, what do people say? Hold your but that's not funny. What's funny? Hold your hate comments, that's also not funny. I don't know, hold something. I'm under 18 though, so there's probably one thing you shouldn't hold while listening to me, because that's illegal, I think. Well, it depends on what country you're in. Okay, that's fucking so stupid. The many advantages of Planet Fitness are, number one, it's clean and organized as shit. Trust me. Because the crowds that they attract, the fat, middle-aged woman who, goes on the treadmill for half an hour and then leaves for the next month, they wouldn't be able to, coax her to come to the gym if it was dirty and shit and smelled like asshole and anus and sweat, okay? So just believe me on that. Sorry for the interruption. Another advantage of the Planet Fitness is that if you take the shit out of your eyes, you stop looking through, well, I just said the word shit, so I couldn't make the next joke I was supposed to. Unlucky. The point is that most equipment is present, except for plate-loaded machines and barbells, because they really have an aversion to things that work. So they have cables, they have dumbbells, they have fucking normal machines with a weight stack, they have places for you to do calisthenics. All of these things are going to come in very handy, as we will detail later on in the guide. But don't think for a second that you're under-equipped, whatever. Oh, woe is me, the fucking dumbbells only go up to 75 pounds. My guy, you bench press 35s. Shut the fuck up, please. Man, what if I run out of things to dumbbell Romanian deadlift? Plus, the dumbbells only going up that far breeds creativity, in my opinion. I'll give you an example. For example, let's say you're a bit of a bitch. You say, yeah, what if I go up to the 75 and I try to dumbbell RDL them and then I run out of weight to dumbbell RDL with? Well, if you turn off your amygdala and you turn on your prefrontal cortex was the smart one, you realize you can do them now single-legged. Wow, you now created a self-limiting variation that works. Epic. But I can't goblet squat the 75s anymore. They're too easy. Okay, you do Bulgarian split squats. I know, I also feel bad for you. Those suck ass, but they work. If you can now bench press the 75s with really good form, full range of motion, full stretch, whatever the fuck, Mike Israel style, which isn't gonna happen a lot later than you think if you use actually proper form, slow, eccentric, and a pause, as detailed by this video of I'll put it up on the screen. I think it's like making a 475 bench presser suffer with 50-pound dumbbells, and notice how 75 is a bigger number than 50. So there you go. You're gonna be fine for a good while, and God forbid if you run out of those, you run out of weight to use because you're just that much of a fucking yoked sarcoplasmic horse, myostatin deficient bull, then you switch to a fucking fly press. Very easy. You switch to weighted push-ups. They have plates in the Planet Fitness for the leg press and the Smith machines. You can have one of your lady friends hoist like fucking 345s on your back and do those with a deficit for like any other mindset would be limiting you. Just believe in yourself, please, kindly, thank you. It's also cheap as shit. I don't think there's any gym that would be cheaper. Well, I think the only thing that would be cheaper is like going to Wichita Falls Athletic Club and then paying Mark Ripito the $8 entrance fee and then like camping there for a month and then like hiding from the site. Just make sure you don't do any like high bar squats or he's gonna like, I don't know, he's gonna use his hip drive into your gluteus maximus or whatever, allegedly. This allows you to save money for other things. I don't know what those other things are. You can decide. I just made the worst joke of my life, so I cut that from the video to have to spare you. It's not like a zoo culture either, where it's $120 a month, and every 5 seconds you have some influencers on like 7 grams of tren who are gonna die in like 2 weeks, and then the entire fitness industry is gonna be like, oh my god, gone too soon, rip rip, when he was literally like injecting gasoline into his veins or some shit. Like, anyways, it's far from the point. Stay natural, please. So zoo culture is gonna cost you $120, and I guarantee you're gonna get a shittier workout in than in a Planet Fitness for $10 because, well, I don't guarantee it. It's just like, don't go to zoo culture, please. Zoo culture is for people who I can only describe with slurs that I'm not allowed to say. Let's go. They don't advertise themselves as a gym. They distinctly say, we're not a gym, we're Planet Fitness. So, you know, epic. Your best friends will be calisthenics, 100%. That's number 1. Number 2, for things that you can do as well, so like isolations and some leg movements, dumbbells. Number 3, for very specific things, Smith machines. The reason I have 2 asterisks there is that the Smith machine, what the biggest mistake I made, I think, is just replacing any barbell movement with a Smith machine and like coping and like putting a blindfold around myself like, oh no, I can't see that, I can't see the supports. Nope, it's a barbell. It's a normal bar. It wasn't a normal bar. And that is why I'm still fucking novice numbers after a year of training. So the Smith machine is useful for very specific things, which I will detail in the program. Oh, I'm giving you a program, let's go. Now you're excited. Now the viewer retention is going up by 7 million %. And number 4, which is even more specific, is leg machines, which are for legs, which you would be using in a regular gym anyways, and they're the same in a Planet Fitness. Those are obviously very useful. Let's go. Here are some more tips outside of the equipment. Number 1 is utilize supersets. Why utilize supersets? Now, you should do this anyways, regardless of what gym you're in, but especially since you're at a Planet Fitness, because the only reason that you wouldn't be using supersets is because you're doing like some crazy heavy barbell movement that you just shit yourself and die after doing one set of, and you can't superset it with anything. Here you don't have that, so nothing can tax you so much that you can't superset it. Are you saying that your cardio is so dog shit that you can like add a dumbbell pullover to like after a set of fucking dumbbell bench or something? I don't think so. If that's the case, you are probably obese and you should get, I don't know where I was going with that. Number 2, grease the groove with calisthenics. Greasing the groove sounds like what Mark Ripito in the previous joke would do before using his hip drive line. That's not funny. Greasing the groove does not at all indicate the name greasing the groove does not indicate what it actually is at all. Am I actually recording? Okay, thank God. That would be really shit. Does not actually indicate what it means in reality. All greasing the groove means is that throughout the day, you're just going to be doing a few reps of like some movement, whatever is like appropriately challenging for you. You probably, if you can do like above 20 push-ups, like a good amount of people can, then greasing the groove with 1 or 2 reps at a time isn't going to do anything for you because the intensity is too low. In that case, you would need to do like 10 reps at a time, which still does count, still does work. Before I start any more schizophrenic rambling, what does this mean in practice? In practice, you just get a pull-up bar or a dip station or both, a combination of the two. They're like a lot cheaper than you think, and they're very useful. And throughout the day, whenever you're bored doing some work, whatever the fuck, you just can't focus, you just do a pull-up or 2. You just do a dip or 2. And you do that like 10 times throughout the day around. You don't need to count it. Again, not much thought needs to go into it. Just, I really like pull-ups. I think pull-ups are fun, so I just do them whenever I'm bored. You need to have the same attitude where if it's not fun, if you have to like kind of like force yourself to do it, like, is the thing that one guy with like 10 subscribers said in the video once, this isn't going to work for you because you're not going to do it. But if you actually have fun with these movements, then over the days, over the weeks, whatever many reps you do, it's going to accumulate and you're going to be able to get more jacked and do more reps of that calisthenic movement or do more weight with it, which I think you would all prefer rather than not. Let's see. Tips for your mindset, which are just as, if not more important than the tips above. Train just as hard as you would at any other gym. You have everything you need in a Planet Fitness. And the thing of, but what if I run out of weight for something down the line in 2 years is pure cope and doesn't mean that you can't train hard in the moment until that happens. That bridge, literally just cross that bridge when you get there. Trust me, if you have good form, you will not get there as soon as you think. Unless you're just like a freak of nature, some, I don't know, Ethiopian elite genetic specimen. Most likely you are not, and most likely you are coping because you don't want to train hard, because you think it's gay to be at a Planet Fitness, which it is gay to be at a Planet Fitness and not train hard. You know what's not gay? to be at a like women. You know what else is not gay? To be at a Planet Fitness and train hard. Let's go. The reason why I put the very nice African man here is because look at the equipment he's using. Do you think that, so either the equipment he's using isn't meant to be used as gym equipment in the first place, or it was discarded by some guy in the fucking Bronze era because it stopped working and they just like dumped it here for some reason, and this guy still has access to it, so he just finds whatever scraps he can. I'm sure you've seen the videos of these guys, and the cringe lords among us will say, yeah, he's using steroids, he bought steroids somehow in Nigeria. There's no way he's natural, the videos are fake. The people who have a bit more cranial space will say, oh wow, look at that guy's fucking dedication and mindset, it shows on his body. That's something we should replicate. So yeah, do with that information what you will. Now with your form, as I was talking about and hinting at before, do all your reps in every exercise that's applicable. Do it like Mike Israetel was watching. This is something that Baldani Man's been saying recently, and I think it's a very good mindset to hold. Because imagine Dr. Mike, fucking 5'6", wider than he is tall, making very funny Jewish jokes in the middle of the training session, yelling at you to keep your form up. Just like stop taking your medicine for a bit and like really imagine him being there, and maybe he'll actually appear in your mind. I don't know. The point is, have that accountability for your form. Don't let it go to shit. Don't ego lift at a Planet Fitness, please God. Unless you're doing it for like a meme with your friends as a one-time thing. If you actually want to make good progress, do it like Mike Israetel was watching. Now, combining all these tips, this is the part you've probably been waiting for, and you've been like, holy shit, what is this retard talking about? Just give me the program. Okay. I will take the insult quietly, and I will also give you the program. This seems to be an unhealthy dynamic we're doing, and I think we should get professional help. I think you should avoid calling me these phrases in the future, but I will still give you the program because I worked pretty hard on it, and it's fun, and it's a good portion of the video. I'm cutting it into two separate videos because it's a long video, and I wanna make more money. I'm probably not gonna make money off of this for a bit, but I'm gonna I'm gonna cut it into two videos. Okay? Does that sound good? That sounds good, right? That sounds good. That sounds wonderful. Okay. You can anticipate that later. I'm sorry for blue balling you, but it's just a very long video otherwise.